Everybody, and welcome back to Gregtech. New Horizons. How's the guys' day been? Good? Let me know down in the comments below. So, last episode, we set up our own custom node. Yeah, we grew our own node, set it up as energized, and is now producing us 105 permanent centivis, which we can use to recharge our wands at will, if we put it inside the wand recharge pedestal. You can't actually draw Essentia from this node like you can with the other ones, but this guy here is actually going to be used for autocrafting. So, how are we going to do that? Well, first, we need to be able to store all of our Essentia from the jars in our ME system. And there's a few things we're going to need for that. One is we're going to need ourselves, of course, a storage cell. But the unfortunate part is to craft the storage cell, we need warded glass, meaning we need a wand focus of warding, which is an infusion recipe. Now, it's not actually that bad. It's very simple. And I've already prepared some of the materials we're going to need now today in this chest. So I might as well get started. So in the center, Nether Star lens. And then we're going to have Ordo crystals. We're going to have Terra crystals. We're going to have quartz and quicksilver. And that should be everything we need. Activate. And there we go. And as you can see, I've already put down a lot of the jars we're going to need now today. Hopefully, I won't need to replace any of them, and there's enough here for everything. All right, there we go. Here is our wand focus of warding. And this is actually kind of useful because later on, we can actually use it, for example, warding a block. It now makes it unbreakable. We cannot break this at all. And we'll actually be using that as part of our, what's it called, meteor summoning ritual once we finally get into blood magic. Wand in here, make ourselves some warded glass. So that is just 4 glass, 2 great wood planks, and 2 thaumium plates, plus the focus. And it's not that expensive, only 7.8 aspects each. And it doesn't get consumed in the process. So now we just need to recharge our wand again. This guy should have a bit as well. But there we go, 56 warded glass. Now we should be able to craft this guy. But it is 65 essence each. 57 with this capacity wand. And I think with this one, it's like 50-ish. Yeah, about 51. Close. But yeah, we just need to leave that charge up. So I don't think... What the hell was that? Oh, that's fake sound effects. I was like, there's no machines up here to make that noise. And this guy here is full power, so... It's Warp tricking me. Yeah, I forgot Warp can make strange sounds from Gregtech play. So while we're actually waiting for that wand to recharge, it's actually something we need to do with all these jars first. And that is to remove all of the labels. If we keep the labels on, when we empty the jar, they won't stack. So just to make our lives a bit easier, I'm going to remove all of these labels. And just make sure you shift right click the face of it, because if you click the side, you'll empty the jar. All right, that's our first ME cell. And we'll charge up the wand again. And this one can hold 36 different types of Essentia. So I want to grab out an ME drive, put that right here. And we want to set the high priority. Doesn't really matter because only Essentia can be stored in these cells, so it doesn't matter. But now what we can do is break all of these. And if you don't have a wireless terminal like I do, the universal one, you will require yourselves an Essentia terminal. If I can find it. Yeah, this guy right here, an Essentia terminal. You will need this to be able to see the Essentia in the ME system. But with the universal one, it's built into it. So we can actually click all of these in here to be stored in the system. And that's why we took all the labels off, so the jars actually stack. Pretty cool. So I just need to store all of these. All right, all the Essentia from the walls are filled. And we're at 32 out of 36. But there's definitely a few over there that are new as well. So just to be on the safe side, we're going to make a second drive. And I have actually maybe made too many cells. I was kind of thinking maybe 1 cell per Essentia, but I think that might actually be a bad idea. But yeah, for now, that should work. So next up is we want to make ourselves our Essentia provider or infusion provider. That is going to require the Essentia provider. So that is 2 Salus Mundus, 2 different cores, coalescence, diffusion, thaumium plates, water crystals, and some filtered Essentia tube, plus a bunch of different aspects and an ME interface. All of that should be available in here. This should craft us 2 of them. So hopefully that will actually work. And craft? No. Why did you not craft? Oh, you know why? I probably haven't done the research for it. Even though all of the research I did learn last episode, there's probably still a few things we missed in here. Yeah, you can see the essential provider, the infusion provider, and distillation pattern encoder. Don't think I need that. That's only if you're going to be doing autocrafting with that infusion altar. So I don't think I need it, but I will need the arcane assembler. So let me do a bit of research. All right, there we go. So now if we try and activate the ritual, yeah, there we go. Now it worked. All right, there we go. So that's our Essentia providers. So with this, we can attach this, actually, remove all these, and we can just hold on to the one, I think, and just put that right there. So all of the aspects, actually, then again, we don't need that one. We'll just put it right there. And then we just need a cable. Run this cable across over to here and then down and connect the Essentia provider to the system. Pretty simple. So with that then, we can now just burn stuff in here and it automatically gets sent and stored into the cells right here. So for example, redstone, which gives us Precantatio and Mechana, throw that in here, burn it, and you can see it is disappearing. And if we check our Essentia storage, you can see it is going up pretty fast. So yeah, that is working perfectly. So for us to make the infusion provider now, we need to make ourselves 2 Essentia mirrors. So that is going to be 2 pieces of steel, 4 screws, a mirrored glass in the center, and then 2 tantalum plates. So here and here. And I bet you I don't have the research for this either. Yeah, here it is. Essentia mirrors. All right. And that also gives a little bit of warp, but that's fine. And there we go. Activate. Do I have Iter down here? I do. All right. And that is our second Essentia mirror. So Essentia provider in the center, 2 Essentia mirrors, 2 air crystals. Then we need 2 different cores. And we also have Salus Mundus. And we also have these Essentia import and export buses. All right, go. Hopefully we have everything. All right, the infusion provider is finished. So all we have to do now is just put it on top of the matrix. We're going to put a wireless connector on top because I don't really want to run a cable all the way out here. And then we're just going to connect that in the attic up here. So wireless connector, yeah, we'll stack them. So you will go out there. So now, if I've done everything correctly, we don't need these jars anymore. So let me just finish removing the rest of these labels. All right, there we go. So all of the stuff is now stored in the ME system. We don't need these chests anymore. And now, whenever we want to craft something, we don't need to grab the jars and set them up. The Essentia should just come automatically out of here. So let's test that. We want to now make ourselves a brand new tier of wand. I know we just made one last episode, but this one is nowhere near enough for what we want to do. For what I want to do, we're going to need a wand that has a capacity of over 100. Because if we want to craft ender tanks or ender chests, it requires 100 of each aspect. So I have 2 wands in mind. We have this here, a gold banded thalmic wand, which we're going to use as a stepping stone for getting the iron capped silverwood wand, and then we're going to make this into the gold cap version. But first, for this guy, we're going to need a new... What the? You feel absolutely terrible. I need to fix this warp. We're very close to being able to get rid of this warp. We need to go over here, which is to get a void metal and a void seed. Actually, that's simple enough. I've already got void seeds over here. Oh, I don't have any. Did I already put them all in the system? Ah, I did. So void metal and void seeds. That should complete here. Consume, collect. And there. Now, if we provide all of this stuff right here, we'll be able to purge our warp. So, you know what? We might as well try that now. So let me try and grab out everything we're going to need here. All right, after checking the quest book, I should have everything now to claim this. Yeah, there we go. Now, this is going to cause something to happen. So it might be a good idea if I do this fairly far away. So let's just fly all the way over here. I actually have no idea what's about to happen. Right here looks like a good spot. All right, let's eat this pure tier. Oh, I should have grabbed some litmus paper as well. What is going on? Wait, is this going to cause every warp effect that's possible at my level to happen? I think it is. I have fire bats and everything spawning on me now. I mean, I have 0 warp now. Is it over? I just quickly flew back and grabbed some litmus paper. Okay, that actually was not that bad. I have 0 warp now. So I went from over 100 now to 0. Oh, that is definitely well worth it. And I'm pretty sure this is repeatable. Okay, that's a very, very long cooldown, but it is repeatable. Okay, that is amazing. All right, now I don't have to worry about weird things happening around my base anymore. Hooray! All right, let's make ourselves the wand. So the current wand we're actually after is this guy right here, the Thaumium Embossed Silverwood Scepter. This is used in the crafting recipe of the Arcane Assembler, which is how we're going to autocraft anything that needs the Arcane terminal, pretty much. So how do we get that? Because it has quite an expensive V cost. Well, the only way to do it is by going through the wand tiers bit by bit until we get to a wand that has enough discount to be able to craft it. And I've done some testing in creative, and I think I found that this guy, the Thaumium Embossed Silverwood Scepter, is our best option. But there's a good few wands we have to go through before we get to it. So let's begin. So the first one we're going to craft is this guy right here, the Gold Banded Thaumic Wand. And I've spent quite a while doing all of the crafting needed to get all this stuff. Like, there's a lot of infusion needed to be done. Like, all of the wand cores need infusion. All of the different caps need infusion. Yeah, there was quite a bit of infusion recipes, and that was quite lengthy. But everything should be done now. So this guy first is going to be done. So this has now a capacity of 80. We're going to let this wand charge all the way up. And now we're going to augment it. So we're going to augment it here with capacity so we can store more V. There we go. So wand has been augmented. Now it has a capacity of 100. So we'll let that charge all the way up. And something else I just learned as well. You can see in here, this has a cost of 74. For some reason, this robe, like the bewitched stuff, is not actually taken into account. So if I swap right here and put this on and then swap it back, you can now see it drop down to 65. So this is not an actual like slot you can put things in for discounts. You actually have to swap your armor or wear whatever it is that gives the discount. Kind of annoying. I wish that slot also included that, but I guess that means if you had 2 sets of that, they might stack the discounts. So I guess I understand that. But there we go. So that is our 100% wand. Now we want to upgrade to this guy, the Thaumium Embossed Thaumic Wand. So essentially all we're doing is changing the caps to get different tiers of discounts. So you can see this wand here has a 79% average V cost. Craft this one here now, charge you up a bit, and now it has a 69 average V cost. So we're going to let that one charge all the way up. And then this one here, the Thaumium Embossed Thaumic Wand, I'm not entirely sure if we actually need this one because the next step is going to be the iron capped one. My logic before was I needed this one for enough discount, but I think we might be able to get away with it thanks to our robes here, which weren't being taken into account before. So with this, yeah, if once I just need to augment this wand as well, and it'll have enough capacity. So I actually don't need the Thaumium Embossed Thaumic Wand. So we can actually knock that off. All right, so our wand has been augmented. We'll just let it fully charge up. Now, there is actually another augmentation we can do. The one we're doing right now is called Charge Buffer. And it actually wants a Silverwood log to complete the quest. So might as well take that out. There we go. The other one is Viz Channels, and this actually gives a 10% extra discount to the wand. So if you wanted to, you could do this one instead of having to create different tiers of capped wands. But I'm going to do it this way just because it's a bit easier. So that in here, and now we have a wand that has a capacity of 150. So put that in here, charge it up, and now you can see we're back up to 79 average V cost. So same thing as before, we just want to change the caps. So next up is going to be Gold Banded, and this one requires 100 and actually once we put this in, we'll see the actual cost, 143. So yeah, quite close. So yeah, let it charge. Okay, just enough V in the wand to craft this one here. So we're going from a 150 capacity, 79% average V cost. down to 150 capacity and a 69 average V cost. So the next tier of wand then is going to be this one. And if we check the V cost with this, it is 179. So we're going to have to augment this wand as well. There we go. Wand has been augmented. So now it has a capacity of 187. More than enough to craft ourselves this wand right here. Oh, but yeah, I used up my last primal charm, so I'm going to have to make another one. All right, and there we go. Now we have our Thaumonite Boss Silverwood Scepter. He has a 54% average V cost. Nearly 50% off of all the crafting. That's actually quite a lot. So now with that, we should have no problem crafting this Thaumian Boss Silverwood Scepter. So yeah, let me let him charge all the way up. And yeah, just quickly checking with the discounts. It went from 256 all the way down to 128. This thing is going to make crafting so much easier with the 50% discount. All right, there should be enough capacity. There we go. So now this one, we don't really need to charge it, but yeah, you can see it only has a 58. So it's quite close. So yeah, this wand here is definitely better. So this one nearly has a 40% discount. This one's nearly a 50% discount. So not bad. So now we can finally craft this guy here. So we need a molecular assembler. Do I have any spare? No, I don't. So I need to make one of these. Wow, everything's quite expensive. All right, there we go. Molecular assembler. So we need a molecular assembler, our wand, and then it seems one of every crystal. All right, I think I have every crystal now. So everything on, that in the center, this right here. Now this is a instability of 16. Our altar currently reads at about a stability of 16. So I don't know if adding any extra heads are going to help maybe. So abacus, if we have a look here, stability is 12. Oh, you know why the instability went down? Because I kind of like just threw these randomly down. If you were to organize this thing correctly, to say, let me swap back my armor. So that one's bottom there. This one should be here to here. And then from here over to here. Will this correct it? Yeah, so you can see the stability is back up to 16. Will adding extra heads here also help? Okay, 17 is probably the best we're going to get. So go. Or not. Am I missing something? Don't tell me. Oh, the wand needs to be full. All right, wand is fully charged. Let's see if it'll work this time. Yes, okay, so the wand has to be fully charged. Now, this is a very unstable recipe, so I need to keep an eye out for things maybe popping off the pedestals. So far, so good. It's pulled in the wand. Now it's pulling in all the crystals. Okay, and the final one. All right, there we go. Arcane Assembler. Now, does this need to actually be connected to the ME system? Yes, it does. Okay, so if that's the case, then I'm going to move the recharge pedestal. I'm going to put this right here. Put the recharge pedestal in the corner here. I'm going to break this relay. I'm going to set the relay back up over here for the wands to recharge on this pedestal. I am now going to craft a second relay. Actually, I think I have a second one. Yeah, this one right here. But I need to make this V relay interface. So I just need to charge up this wand a bit. You know what? I think it's actually nicer if it's directly beneath it. Yeah. All right, there we go. So there is a few other things we need to craft to be able to use this arcane assembler. Yeah, devices online. So you can see this guy here can have a good few recipes, but it can only handle one knowledge core. It also has armor slots in here. So does that mean like this will actually take in consideration the discounts maybe? I have no idea. But V relay is going to go right here. We're going to have the V relay interface with the relay on it connecting to the node. Then we're going to need a memory card, not like the advanced one. We need just a regular memory card. We're going to shift right click the interface and then just regular right click the arcane assembler. So now it's linked and you can see there's yellow lights on it. And if we look in here, you can see all of these guys here have filled up. Now 71% average V cost, and I went up to 80. So the inventory slots in here do count. If that's the case, then might as well give it the boots as well, just for that extra 1% discount. And now it'll cost 70%, or it'll be 30% cheaper to craft items in here. So we need to now craft ourselves up a knowledge core, and it won't let me shift click it in. So we're going to need a brain, some knowledge fragments, some ordo crystal plates, a water crystal plate, and a calculation processor. And that didn't craft. Oh, I never learned to research. That's why it never shift clicked in. All right, the 3 researchers are done, which was the only ones I could see. And there we go. Yeah, knowledge core. We only need the 1. I want to click out. Okay, there we go. So we just need the 1 knowledge core. We're also going to need a knowledge inscriber, and we are missing Perdicio plates. I'll just craft a few of them. And there we go. Knowledge inscriber. I think they're the only real things we need. And since that consumed our knowledge core, we'll pick out 1 more. Okay, so I think with that, all we have to do is put it down, look in here with the knowledge core, and set up our recipes. And this guy here could handle 3, 6, 21 different recipes. Okay, that's actually not too bad. So the first 2 is going to be the ender tanks and ender chest. So that's this recipe. We'll save the pattern. This one, same thing. Click it in, save the pattern. And then the other ones we're going to grab is the crystals. All of the different air, Perdicio, all of the different crystal clusters. And I think that's all we need. So that will go in here. We can give it acceleration card upgrades. And now I think if we look up, say, ender tank, yes, we can craft it. Now, of course, we're probably missing a few things. Dense Enderium plate. Okay, that's actually pretty easy to fix. We're also missing Nether Star plates. So that is going to be a block of Nether Stars compressed into here. So now can we craft it? So say Ender Chest. It's going to craft everything it needs. And we should see it being crafted in here. I really hope this works. I don't know what this last slot is for. See, like this one has all of the main 6. There's a spare one here. Okay, it's crafting the circuit. So once the circuit's finished, it should craft it in here. I wonder if this little icon on the left here for the display of the items is crafting. Okay. Okay, all the viz dipped. And it crafted. It worked. Oh, that is so good now. So anything that needs crafting, and it looks like it only goes up to 150. So I don't know how we're going to craft something later on, like different ones. Not that we probably need to autocraft them, but still. I wonder, is there a way to increase this guy here? Like maybe capacity cards? No, it doesn't fit. Okay, either way, we have Thaumcraft Autocrafting. Not anything to do with the Infusion Altar or the Arcane Alembic, but still, having this much here is insane. Oh, I can't believe it. So yeah, that is pretty much it we're going to get done today. So I'm going to do some work between now and next episode. I'm going to get to work on making an even bigger node, because I want to get myself now the research completer, because we're going to have a lot of research now when it comes to the blood magic stuff. So if I just check the Thaumonomicon here, if we go all the way over here to blood magic, you can see there is a lot of things that need to be researched. And I don't want to spend the next few hours going through clicking buttons in here. I want to do it automatically. So we might set up the research completer like along here somewhere. But we're going to need a new node to do that. So yeah, I'm going to craft a new node by next episode. So I'm going to call it there. So I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell when you're at it then as well. So, without any further ado, goodbye.